Hi, welcome back. I'm Samantha with Raw Autism Perspective Podcast. Today, I'm going to be reading a comment that we received on TikTok from a young lady named Danielle. She asked if you can do an episode about dads who cope versus families that broke and how we hold life in one piece. So, I just wanted to touch bases on that a little bit because we are going to be doing a full episode um, with dads who have struggled in the past accepting that their child has autism, and also how it has put a bridge in between their families with how they reacted the first time versus how they are now. And we'll be having Ed come on doing that. But as of right now, I did want to go into your question, Danielle, and I appreciate you for tuning in. Um, Honestly, I from my personal experience, I've noticed that a lot of dads have it hard, like moms and like other caregivers, they have it hard, but it's something with dads that I think it has to deal with their upbringing of how they were told how to be structured in a household, how you have to be a man, you can't show any feelings, emotions, things like that. And I feel like they put that into their child's diagnosis, where I spoke previously about my experience, how my child's father was very quick to say, you know, we got to fix our daughter, the doctor's got to fix them, things of that sort. But that's just an impulsive thought at the time because they don't even know how to take that in, versus moms and other people. We sit there and we're just like, we take it, and it kind of makes me want to cry a little bit, but we take it in and we just go with it because at the end of the day we know, like, okay, we still got to make sure they get their education, we still got to make sure that they don't fall through the cracks. And that's just our mindset as women, if you want to say it like that. Our mindset as moms, like, we still got to go. We still got to keep pushing. We can't let them fall, especially with being diagnosed with autism. Some people treat it as if they can't overcome this word, when a lot of people make it seem as if this this autism is going to hold them down, when we've already previously said that kids with autism are very smart, they just learn differently. And I feel like, as a mother, my experience, I took it with a grain of salt. Okay, and what else are you telling me? Because at the end of the day, you told me what I needed to know. You told me what I've seen, what my family has been seeing. And yeah, I couldn't accept it at first, but I got to keep going because I got to keep fighting for my kid, because who else is going to do it? And I feel like with men, it's kind of like, okay, so let's try to fix this. Let's see what we can do to try to make them back normal, when nobody in this world is normal. We're just living life how we're supposed to, how we feel like we're supposed to. So at the end of the day, men take things differently and they have it hard. But as women, whether it broke your family or not, help them, educate them to where they can understand it a little bit better, because yelling, making arguments out of this is not going to help. And I'm only speaking for a personal experience. It's not going to help with you guys arguing, going back and forth, because at the end of the day, guess what didn't change? That diagnosis. And you guys are sitting here arguing about the same thing, when you guys need to move past that and really need to start saying, okay, so what are we going to help Alina do? How are we going to help her strive in life? We can't sit here and go off our emotions. But on the back end, we do, because when we're in a private setting, such as a shower, a toilet, just by yourself, we're crying. You're feeling everything that man was feeling, but you didn't want to show him that. But he showed you how he felt about it. He told you how he felt about it. Might not have been in the way that you wanted him to say it, because he may have said something that was wrong, and it probably got misinterpreted or misconstrued incorrectly. But give him grace, because you weren't doing okay when you found that out. And yet it may have broken up your family because some men feel like they can't deal with that because it may hinder what they have going on, but then you're dealing with an immature man that hasn't grown into his own just yet. And maybe eventually God will bring him back to revisit this conversation. And on my end, my child's father literally was saying all this stuff, walked in a store and seen a book about autism, picked it up, reading it. I didn't intervene. Why? Because honestly, I felt like that was a presence from God showing him that was their time of let me get him to an understanding. It may have to, be crawl before you walk, but at the end of the day, I'm going to get him to where he needs to be. He picked up that autism book, started reading, and really sat there and broke down in tears in a store and said, I had it all fucked up because I made it about myself. So you got to give people a break. As frustrating as it is, even if it breaks your home, that man is still a man. You're still a woman. You're still a mom. He's still a dad. Help him to understand as he may help you to understand how to deal with your emotions, how to let it out and not keep it in. So we will have another episode where we will have Edward talking to two fathers, including my daughter's father, and their perspective, because I can't speak for them. They need to speak for themselves. So thank you so much for tuning in to Raw Autism Perspective. Like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for supporting.